Hey, aloha everyone. Paul Aker here reporting live in Kahului at the Realtors Association of Maui. Behind me, RAM as it's known, with an important report to tell you about as it relates to vacation rentals on the island. Now, this is a report that the RAM commissioned 2 years ago about the prospect of eliminating vacation rentals on the island. And before I get to the report, I will tell you in full disclosure that I am a realtor. Besides running Maui Alert, I do engage in real estate practice here on the island, and I do have a practice that includes vacation rentals. That said, we obtained this report that the RAM commissioned 2 years ago all by ourselves. RAM did not give it to us. It was something that we obtained independent of RAM several weeks ago, actually, as we were looking into what exactly the impact of the mayor's proposal to eliminate what are called Minatoya properties, those properties that are zoned as apartments but operating as vacation rentals, would do to the island's economy. And this report was done because a couple of years ago there was an effort led by Councilmember Tamara Paulton to do pretty much the same thing, eliminate those vacation rentals. And what this report finds is that it would have an absolutely devastating effect on the island, catastrophic impact, frankly, financially to the island. And let me go ahead and put up some data that the report finds. Let me put up that first. So basically what that boils down to is 20% of the economy, even if you're not directly in tourism, somebody you know, or likely more than one person you know, is going to be severely impacted by that, according to Brubaker's numbers. So that is definitely a huge impact that the island would face if the mayor's proposal goes into effect. Now, to recap, what the mayor has done here is he's made this proposal basically ostensibly for fire victims, the Lahaina fire victims. He came out essentially seeing the opportunity to take that situation with the fire, the very tragic situation with the fire and the people who are left homeless, and use that to what a lot of people say has been the plan all along by a lot of people on council and positions of power on the island, and that is to convert those vacation rentals into long-term rentals. What is a vacation rental? A vacation rental, this case, it's about 7,000 units on the island, somewhere around there, mostly situated near resort areas, and were originally zoned as apartments, but have been used as short-term rentals, less than 6-month stays, by virtue of what was called a Minatoya decision. Richard Minatoya, back in 1992, decided that they could be grandfathered in because they essentially were created for that reason. reason. So though they had apartment zoning, they could operate as vacation rentals. And there we have the legacy of vacation rentals. The issue, though, is that, as that report points out, the economy has grown up around these. And unlike other parts of the country where vacation rentals are also an issue, this is an integral part of the economy on Maui, and essentially, its primary economy, tourism that is, and one that does not affect neighborhoods quite the same way as it does in other parts of the country, where you had kind of a ho-hum neighborhood with not a lot of tourism, and then all of a sudden vacation rentals pop up. These, according to the report, are situated in areas where it's sort of built for tourism, right? So it's a different dynamic here. And again, getting back to the nuts and bolts of the research paper, it would just have a huge impact on an economy that doesn't have a lot of other options, particularly at a time when we're seeing a huge downturn in terms of tourism as it is, 30% down, again, as we reported yesterday, which follows several months of that since the Lahaina fire. Now, the mayor will tell you, and the mayor's side of things, and people that support this, maybe not just the mayor, but others will tell you that, look, we need the housing. The people that are fire victims should come first, beyond, over and above people that don't live here and just want to stay here. And they would also tell you that those vacation rentals could be put to a better use, helping people that live here on the island. And beyond that, the political sort of calculus is that, these vacation rentals, the people that own those vacation rentals, many of them, they own here, they invest here, but the mayor and Tamara Paulton and many of those others know one important thing: those people do not vote here. So while they have a financial stake, they don't have a political vote. So in a sense, their political power, if you will, is mooted by the point, the fact that they don't actually live on the island, don't vote on the island. So over and above what the critics might say is a good plan or a bad plan, the practicality is that a lot of people on the island that are local to the island just don't believe that mainlanders should be on the island, should be owning properties on the island, and those people do vote. And those are the people that it does appear that in some cases the political folks behind this, and there are others besides Mayor Bisson and Paulton, that's what they're concerned about, is how this will play with the local vote. Now, the concern, though, is while all that might be the practical political calculus, the concern could equally be that while those folks, they may not get a vote and the local folks do get a vote, if this does come to pass the way that Brubaker would forecast, then eventually it's going to affect everybody that does vote. And a lot of people that vote here are feeling the adverse effects as it is. So you compound that with a lot of more misery, financial misery, and it could have some serious political consequences. Now, what is the council doing about this? Well, I'll tell you, in terms of what the council knew before they took up this issue, the mayor made the proposal without any data. Maui Alert was first to break this story, and I can tell you that this proposal came with no data like the data that we found in this report here. The county just did not have it, or at least did not admit to having it. And likewise, when this went to the council didn't have data, because I asked the council members way back in October and November when we were first reporting this story, what data do you have to even support this idea? And they didn't have any. Now, last week, according to Civil Beat, the council has taken $300,000 that it was going to give to a food bank and has diverted that money to commission its own study. We don't know what that study will find. We don't know who is behind that study, what their qualifications are, and what kind of report they'll generate. It could be that that report is a long time in coming, and this whole idea dies a slow, quiet death in committee, because right now there hasn't been any, from what we can tell, any move to push this towards a vote. Obviously, if they're just commissioning a report, they probably wouldn't want to do that before the report. And 2 years ago, that's exactly what happened. This thing got a lot of pushback from the community. Tamara Paulton had a lot of people come in and testify on her committee, and Rollins Fernandez both were pushing this bill very forcefully, and a lot of people came in and said, you're going to kill us. And a lot of those people actually were local folks. Some people that owned properties on the island also lived on the island and said this is going to be devastating. And very quietly, that bill went nowhere, died in committee, and really didn't see the light of day again until anything like it, until the mayor came up with this idea following the fire. So critics will tell you that this is just an effort basically by some people that have long wanted tourists, mainlanders, anybody that wasn't born on Maui, basically to stay away from Maui and eliminate some of that basically influence on the island. Although that is not something that they are publicly pushing, but I will tell you that that is exactly what people that we have talked to in our reporting here, influential people that have a lot of knowledge just in terms of data, have said about what is really at work here. We don't have any way to verify that one way or the other, but that is certainly the sentiment out there in terms of what people are saying about this report. But let me just put up that one number again for you. There on MauiAlert.com as well. And remember us for all your live breaking video news on the island. We have the new Maui Alert Mobile News Center that's now coming online, taking you to the action where there is breaking news, live reports from that, fully equipped. So we are your only source for live daily video news on Maui for Maui. And make sure to like us, follow us on Facebook, YouTube, MauiAlert.com. So many ways to get Maui Alert. It's almost funny, but you can go out there, grab us any way you want to, see us, our live reports, all that will help you stay informed and keep on top of the news, whether it's breaking news, investigative news, we've got you covered. One-stop shop for everything you need to know right here on Maui. Aloha, everybody. Paul Aker reporting live in Kahului.